Hello, welcome to this it's the next video, but what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to go through the homework that I gave you last Thursday because some of you asked or said on Google Classroom that you were struggling with these types of sums and you weren't sure what to do. So I figure what we'll do here is I will do a sum. So for example, I will do this sum here, number 4. Oh, sorry. I will do this sum here, number 4. So I'll do that one, and then I'll get you to pause the video and then try and do question 5, this one here. I'll try and get you to do that one all by yourself. And then I will do it, so you can unpause the video, you can play the video again, and you can see if you got it right. And then we'll go through question 6 together. And then after that, if you're happy with that, you could try and do 7, 8, and 9. Or if you're still not happy, you can work one by one. And I'll do each of these in the video. And you can pause it whenever you want to and try and have a go yourself. And if you don't want to do that, you can just watch through if you'd like. But let me know if this video helps. Okay, so we're trying to find the volume, which is the total amount of space inside of these shapes. And these shapes are called triangular prisms. Okay, so it's a prism because it's a 3D shape, and it's triangular because it has a triangle at either end. It has a triangle at both ends. Now, the way that we find the volume, the way we find the volume of this type of shape is step 1. Step 1, we find the area of a triangle. In particular, we find the area of this triangle. All right. So the area of the triangle is half the base by the height, multiplied by the height. So here you can choose either this or this. It can be either of the 6s, it doesn't matter. You can choose either of those to be the base and either one to be the height. So let's call this the base. And let's call this the height. All right. So we half the base, which is 6, and then we multiply it by the height, which is also 6. So half of 6 is 3, and we multiply it by the other 6 to get 18. Okay. Now that is centimeters squared because that's the area of the triangle. Now, in order for us to find the volume, we have to do step 2, which is once we have the area, we then multiply the area by the height or the length. Let's just call this the length, L for length. The length of the prism, okay, which is 12. So you'll need your calculators for this, unless you're really good at mental math. So you multiply 18 by 12, and that will give you 216, and it is centimeters cubed. Because it's volume, we use one of these little 3s, and we call it cubed. When it's area, we use little 2, like here and here. So for area, we use little 2, and we call it squared. But for volume, we use little 3, and we call it cubed. So if you feel like you could have a go at question 5, maybe pause the video now and have a go. If you want a hint, I'll tell you that this can be the base, this can be the height, and then this can be the length. So the first thing we'll do is half the base, multiply by the height, and then multiply that by the length. So have a go now if you want, and pause the video. Okay, hopefully you've had a go. Let's go through this. Let's find the area of the triangle first. Step 1, half the base by the height. So half the base is 2, multiplied by the height, which is also 2. So half of 2 is 1, and that's multiplied by 2. So 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. So that's 2 centimeters squared. Now, step 2. Step 2, we multiply this area by the length, which is 4. And we can do this one in our heads. 2 by 4 is 8. So the volume of this shape of this triangular prism is 8 centimeters cubed. Okay, so I'm going to put underline here just to show it's the answer. Okay, if you were successful there, pause the video, have a go at the next one. Okay, hopefully you've had a go. So again, step 1, we half the base by the height. So half of 3 multiplied by 3. So a half of 3 is 1.5. And we multiply that by 3. And that will give us 4.5. Excuse me. Now, that's 4.5 centimeters squared. Now, step 2. We take this area, the 4.5 centimeters squared, and we multiply it by the length, which is 6. Excuse me. 6 multiplied by 4.5. Now, you could do this in your head, but if you have a calculator, use your calculator. 4.5 multiplied by 6 is 27. And remember, it's 27 centimeters cubed. So that's the third question from last week's homework. So I'm going to get rid of this. And now we're going to have a look at these 3 questions. So I hope that you'll be able to do these by yourself. But I'm going to do them now in the video. I'm going to do them a little bit quicker. So what you can do is you can pause the video now, try and do it yourself, and then press play if you're stuck. Or after you've done all 3, you can skip to the end of the video and then check your answers. Okay, here's number 7. First thing is we halve the base by the height. Here the base is 6 and the height is 6. So a half of 6 multiplied by 6. Half of 6 is 3. Multiplied by 6 is 18. And it's now 18 multiplied by 12, which is actually the exact same as the last sum. 18 multiplied by 12. And it's 216, if I remember correctly. Yes, it is. 216 centimeters cubed. So that is that the exact same sum? 6 by 6 and 12? It is. They've repeated the sum twice there. I am just moving this a slight bit. There we go. So now, number 8. 8 is different because you can see that it's the prism has been flipped onto its side like a Toblerone. So this is the base here, and this is the height, and over here is the length. So we half the base, so half times 7 multiplied by 5. So half times 7, a half of 7 is 3.5. Multiply that by 5. Now here, use your calculator. I know you could probably do it in your head, but get into the habit of using a calculator because you will be using it a lot more when you are in third year and also when you are in Leaving Cert. So that's 17.5 centimeters squared. So that's the area of this triangle, just this one. But now we have to find the volume of this whole prism. All right. So what we do is we multiply 17.5 by 13. And you'll definitely need to use your calculator here. I know I will. And your answer will be 227.5 centimeters cubed. And that's our answer. So, last one here. Again, half the base. What's the base here? The base is the bottom of the triangle. It's 6. Half of 6 times 4. So half of 6 is 3 times 4 is 12. That is the area of this triangle here. And now we just multiply that by the length, which is the 12. So 12 multiplied by 12. And if you know your 12s times tables, you will be able to do this in your head. It's 144 centimeters cubed. And that is the volume. That's the volume of the shape. Okay? And that's it. Hopefully that helped. Please leave a comment in Google Classroom if it did. Let me know if it didn't. And what part you get stuck on. And I'll talk to you on Thursday.